Hello, and welcome to the Tavern Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog, Discord server, media group, Facebook group, Twittering, and Instagram. I'm still working out the Instagram thing. And, by the way, youtube.com/Eric Tenkar. All one word. ERIKTENKAR. If you enjoy this podcast, we have videos up. Some of them are video versions of this podcast, but others are unique material to YouTube because it needs visuals, and visuals don't necessarily work so well on a podcast. So please subscribe, like. We're happy to have you aboard. So today, I am searching through Kickstarter, and I find a Kickstarter called Dun Dun Dun. Nazi Dracula Must Die. Nazi Dracula Must Die campaign setting for D&D 5e. An alternate reality World War II D&D 5e setting with weird science and strange magic, new player options, gazetteer, adventure, and more. Now, I've got a few issues with this one. First off, I doubt it's going to fund. Why I always say doubt it's going to fund? All right, it's got 30 days. It's got 3 weeks total, 15 days left. It's just over a third. It's just over 11,000 out of 30,000. But usually the first week is the strongest. That middle week is going to be dead. But not only that, apparently because of COVID, you can appeal to Kickstarter to extend your Kickstarter length. Initially, it was 2 weeks. They got to tack on a week. I don't think it's going to help. But more importantly, okay, they are paying 20 cents a word to their creators. Now, that's just talking about the writers, right? Okay, that's pretty impressive. That's probably a high bar for the industry. 20 cents a word. Editors are getting paid 10 cents a word. We don't know how much the artists are getting paid, but sounds good, right? All right. Here's my issue. I find this very concerning. We get to meet the team, and they have as they put it, truly impressive team to deliver this product. Now, I'm not going to go through everybody that's there, but they are described as a creative director and lead designer is a Hispanic Emmy-nominated TTRP designer. The lead designer is the best-selling tabletop RPG designer. Another lead designer is an Australian freelance game designer. Another lead designer is an Iranian American. Where does identity politics come into this, by the way? I don't care what background people come from. If they can write good RPG shit, that's what should matter, right? Another designer, art director and illustrator, another designer, colorist, another designer, cultural consultant, designer, editor, photographer, designer, layout and graphics, designer, attorney, and accountant. So now listen, there are 21 people that are going to be taking parts of this, if it funds, $30,000 pie, right? They are asking $15 for the PDF. The PDF is going to be 75 plus pages. To me, that's a big ouch, But I find it very, I guess it's a sign of the times, because I go into the comments and by the way, a couple of earlier, there aren't too many comments for this, by the way. It's only about 35. It's raised about $11,000. a couple of comments are, you should find out about extending the funding periods. I don't think you're going to fund. That was a wise choice. But where is this? Oh, here we go. Out of curiosity, how do you all intend on tackling the darker aspects of World War II? World War II was, well, it was the war. World War I was a war to end all wars. World War II was a nasty fucking slogfest, man. Millions died. Not just count, and that's, throw in the Russians, the Ukrainians, the Jews, the Gypsies, the handicapped. We've engaged a cultural consultant and have also involved members of affected communities in order to treat such matters with sensitivity. So apparently, every war movie I've seen has been probably not treated this stuff with sensitivity. But not only that, I am guessing that going forward, what this is saying, or at least what this company is saying, is that they feel that going forward, anything that's built, based in a historical or real world situation is going to need cultural consultants and members of the affected communities. Maybe that's why they have 21 people on their fucking staff for a Kickstarter. Now, let's just say, by the way, that $30,000 is raised, and all right, after Kickstarter and after payment processing and all that shit, we'll be generous, and I'll say $23,000 is left. Oh, cool. Everybody can make $1,000 off this project, right? Because it's going to be print on demand, and it's going to be PDF, so there's no printing cost, there's no shipping cost, right? Okay. But 21 people involved in the project. No, not everybody's not going to be paid equitably. Somebody's going to be coming out of this with $200 in their pocket or less, if fund. But they're going to put this. I was a team of 21. How much is the lawyer making? How much is the accountant making? Or some people just on this list to get another writing credit. How many people do you need to put out a 75-page PDF? Now, God knows how many people I need to put together an issue of Torchlight. But I will say I understand health issues now. I can understand how Gareth could have lost a year or two on Far West, not how he lost 9 years. Right? Coming up on 9 years? 9 years. It's going to be 9 years in January. Yeah. 9 years. He lost 9 years. But I can understand it. But 21 hands in this pot means if you're paying people 20 cents a word and the editors 10 cents a word, either you don't plan on having too many words, or, all right, dude, you're going to get 20 cents a word, all right? But you get to write 1,000 words. Here's your $200. $200 and take a walk. But because it's just not feasible. I don't get it. But in any case, this is probably going to be a non-issue. Again, I don't see Nazi Dracula must die funding. Interesting concept. They call it pulpy. I look at the art. It's very cartoonish, which is not bad. Just isn't what I'm looking for in my gaming experience. Oh, and by the way, I should also note that the adventure that comes with this is a 2-hour adventure. So apparently I'd be paying $15 for a 5th level adventure. So either I start my characters off at 5th level, or I have to create adventures in this bit of a setting that we're getting. But I'm getting a 2-hour adventure to run. doesn't sound like much, does it? It really, it sounds lacking. Now, here I am, of course, I'm talking about a Kickstarter, and one that looks like it's not going to fund. However, there is a Kickstarter that has funded, and it's a Kickstarter sponsoring this episode. I'm talking about the Maximum HP number 4 Kickstarter. Maximum HP is designed. It started out for AD&D 1E, and now it supports 1E and 5E. You can get it in either flavor. This is the month of October, so the theme is undead. Do a Google search for Maximum HP number 4. And, hey, drop a note in the comments. Say Tenkar sent you. Can't hurt, right? Folks, thank you so much for listening and being part of this. I really do appreciate it. If you want more Tenkar blabbering, youtube.com/Eric Tenkar. We're in the midst of a pandemic. I ask you, as always, to use your common sense to keep yourself, your family, your friends, your loved ones healthy and safe. If you need advice, I am not a medical professional. Seek out the advice of a medical professional that you know and trust. Ignore the talking heads on TV. That is my advice. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. I will talk with you all, God willing, tomorrow. Later, folks.